When a man experiences true love, something deep within him begins to shift in a way he cannot ignore. It acts like a wake-up call, touching both the parts of himself he knows well and the parts he rarely examines. Love stops being just a simple feeling and becomes a mirror reflecting his true self. It's no longer merely about liking someone, it reveals the balance, or the chaos, within his own soul. When he encounters someone who resonates with his inner truth, the boundary between his inner emotions and the outer world starts to fade. It's like a long-forgotten song begins to play again, reminding him of who he truly is beneath the noise, stress, and pride. He feels both open and whole simultaneously, gentle yet strong, approachable yet grounded. This type of connection isn't about two people trying to fix each other. It's about recognizing a part of himself in the other person. The closeness he feels isn't based on shared memories, but on a bond that aligns with the hidden parts of his heart. Such love encourages him to embark on a journey of self-discovery, observing the subtle interaction between his inner world and the world around him. His emotions are not random, they carry meaning. They reflect the conversation between his conscious mind and the deeper forces shaping his life. When he loves sincerely, he doesn't lose himself in the relationship as many do when motivated by lust, fear, or the need for validation. Instead, he discovers a more authentic version of himself through this connection. This bond becomes a sacred mirror, reflecting both his strengths and his wounds. Every warm moment, every disagreement, every quiet pause offers a lesson in awareness. He learns that true love isn't about escaping his own reality, but about harmonizing it with the person who matters most. In real love, he isn't ruled by superficial attraction or illusions. His affection stems from a deeper place, an understanding that pure love is an expression of truth. This truth doesn't require perfection. It accepts the whole person. It recognizes that love can be both gentle and strong, healing yet honest, revealing and comforting. Loving someone sincerely means standing before them without pretense, allowing his heart to be fully seen without masks or games. In this openness, he discovers a rare strength because love grounded in authenticity cannot be broken by ego, fear, or pride. It doesn't rely on everything being flawless. It is born from the connection of two souls seeing each other beyond appearances and daily distractions. As he dives deeper into this experience, he notices how profoundly this love is transforming him. His inner life aligns with something greater than old desires or habits. He stops seeking approval from work or others and begins seeking connection through honesty. The woman he loves reflects his own growth and change. He doesn't love her to avoid loneliness or fill emptiness. He loves her because her presence resonates with the deepest part of him that craves balance, unity, and purpose. In her he sees the reflection of his own inner peace, the living expression of what his soul has always longed to reveal. This is why when a man experiences true love, his energy softens, his focus deepens, and his behavior becomes more grounded. He no longer feels restless because the search for happiness outside himself transforms into a journey of inner clarity. True love becomes a form of spiritual alignment rather than a way to possess someone. It shows him that loving sincerely means accepting life as it is, without exaggerating its highs or lows. It brings him closer to reality and truth, teaching him to be both humble and courageous. Through this love, he discovers that the strongest connection with another person begins with the connection he has with himself. It becomes a harmony between his inner and outer worlds, a balance of feeling and understanding, strength and calm. Love, in its purest form, stops being a desire to control and becomes an invitation to awaken. When a man encounters real love, he understands that true strength is not measured by how well he hides his emotions, but by how openly he allows himself to feel them. Vulnerability turns into a bridge connecting his heart and soul and linking the person he shows the world with the person he keeps inside. In a world that often teaches men to suppress their emotions, to act unaffected by challenges, genuine love gently removes those heavy layers of defense. It encourages him to lower his shield, reveal the parts of himself he once kept hidden, and trust that he will still be accepted. This process is both frightening and liberating. It requires him to release control, stop pretending to be invincible, and confront fears of rejection, inadequacy, or loss. But in embracing vulnerability, he discovers a deeper courage, the courage to be authentic. When he opens his heart, he allows the layers of his humanity, previously hidden behind silence, logic, or pride, to emerge. He lets his partner witness his doubts, his worries, and the quiet pain he rarely expresses. This honesty becomes a profound gift, a sign that he trusts her enough to reveal his true self without reservation. In these moments, his words carry a sincerity that comes not from impressing, but from genuinely connecting. He admits when he is afraid. He speaks openly when something hurts. He expresses gratitude when he feels understood. There is a calm, yet profound beauty in this honesty, a strength far greater than being controlling or emotionally distant. He comes to realize that vulnerability is not weakness, it is what makes him human. This humanity becomes the foundation for enduring love. By opening up, his perception of closeness transforms. Emotional intimacy is no longer a threat, but a safe and welcoming space. The protective walls he once built around himself gradually dissolve, not because love blinds him, but because it gives him the courage to see clearly. He begins to appreciate the power of emotional openness. He listens attentively instead of reacting defensively. He speaks thoughtfully rather than performing for others. He feels with awareness instead of fear. His emotional life becomes richer, more authentic, and fully awake. In this openness, his partner no longer feels like a threat to his freedom, but a companion in the journey of connection. The more he allows himself to be vulnerable, the stronger the bond grows, because love flourishes where truth can exist without fear. This shift is not always easy. There are moments when he wants to retreat, when old habits tempt him to hide his emotions once more. He feels the instinct to protect himself from discomfort. Yet, each time he chooses honesty over concealment, he grows stronger. Emotional openness becomes a quiet rebellion against outdated notions of masculinity that once limited him. He understands that vulnerability is not surrendering power, it is shedding pretense. It is the space where love becomes sacred, where two souls connect without pride standing in the way. As he embraces this depth, love stops feeling like a struggle for dominance or control. It becomes a shared space for healing, where each partner supports the other. His openness inspires her own, creating a relationship rooted in truth rather than deception. He realizes that genuine intimacy comes not from perfection, but from honesty. When a man experiences true love, his greatest strength is not in carrying burdens alone, but in connecting deeply while remaining authentic. His heart remains open, yet grounded in the integrity of his intentions. In this balance, he discovers a peace only genuine love can provide. True love shifts his understanding of connection from possession to growth. He no longer seeks to control or own the woman he loves. Instead, he desires to grow alongside her. Love becomes a mutual awakening, not a contest or an attempt to fill emptiness. It is not about holding on tightly out of fear, but about allowing her the space to be fully herself while choosing to stay connected. In this love, his affection is motivated not by insecurity or dominance, but by respect and admiration for who she truly is. He honors her individuality, recognizing it as something precious. Her independence is not a challenge, but a reflection of her strength and beauty. He wishes to join her world, not confine it. His heart expands as he grasps that real love does not seek ownership, it nurtures growth. When he loves honestly, he views the relationship as a space where both souls can grow, evolve, and rise together. He does not try to shape her into his idea of perfection because he has learned to love without imposing his desires. Every shared moment becomes an opportunity to understand more, listen more deeply, and grow in awareness together. His love gradually shifts from attachment to understanding. He notices the small gestures, the quiet actions, the honest conversations, and understands that sometimes growth requires space rather than constant closeness. He values balance, knowing that love thrives through harmony, not control. Through her, he learns patience, recognizing that love needs room to breathe to remain alive. Such a man does not confuse possession with protection. He does not view her freedom as a threat, but as a natural aspect of love. His desire is not to hold her back, but to walk alongside her as an equal, allowing both of their spirits to develop freely. When she succeeds, he feels joy instead of fear. When she changes, he seeks understanding rather than resistance. His love is not dependent on her meeting an idealized image. It grows through her honesty, through her true self. He realizes that love is not a cage for another person, but a reflection of his own depth and maturity. By supporting her independence, he honors his own truth. Real love is founded on mutual respect. This love also transforms how he sees himself. He understands that authentic connection requires emotional maturity and self-awareness. The more he develops internally, the more he can give without fear and receive without guilt. He learns that love is not about filling a void, but sharing what is already full. His affection flows naturally, untainted by pride or control. He finds joy in witnessing her shine, knowing her light does not diminish his own. Their relationship becomes a dance of two people who choose each other, not out of obligation, but because they share the same path. In this space, love lifts them higher. They inspire one another to overcome limits, fears, and doubts. They become mirrors for each other, reflecting both beauty and lessons. He understands that love is not a competition. It is about holding hands and navigating the unknown together. His care is gentle yet steady. His passion is warm, never overwhelming. His loyalty is expressed by granting freedom, not restricting it. This is a love that transforms not only relationships but the very man himself. He learns that loving someone is not about owning their heart, but about nurturing his own. Through her, he discovers that true love is not about holding someone in place. It is about growing, balancing, and moving forward together as two souls aligned in truth. When a man experiences real love, there is a quiet recognition beyond appearances, logic, and time. It is as though his soul remembers something his mind cannot articulate. Looking into the eyes of the woman he loves, he feels a stillness, a profound sense that he has met someone who reveals the core of his being. This awareness does not come from thought or analysis. It arises from an inner knowing, a gut understanding that this connection is extraordinary. He finds peace in her presence, a calm deeper than words. It is not the thrill of infatuation or desire, but a quiet sense of belonging, as if his heart has found its home. In that stillness, he senses a closeness that transcends memory, as if their souls have met before. This feeling requires no explanation or proof. It is not about appearance, wealth, or logic. It is a spiritual alignment deeply felt. He does not seek constant validation because the connection itself is certain. An invisible thread draws them together not out of need, but because they fit. He feels understood by her even in silence. Her presence alone brings clarity to his thoughts and direction to his life. When she speaks, her words often express feelings he hasn't even voiced. When she is silent, her quiet feels full rather than empty. It's as if their connection exists on a level beyond words, carried by emotion and energy. He feels recognized not for the persona he shows the world, but for the person he truly is beneath it all. This connection awakens a deep sense of care in him. He becomes more present, aware, and attentive to his own emotions. There's no need to chase or prove himself. Instead, he nurtures the bond through consistent effort and genuine attention. It's not about grand romantic gestures, but about reliability, how he listens, respects her peace, and shows up without being prompted. Every small action reflects a deeper truth he carries within. When he holds her, it isn't merely physical. It's a moment of spiritual alignment, as though he is holding a piece of his own soul, something sacred that must be honored, protected, and never taken for granted. This feeling brings comfort, but it also challenges him. True love reveals both the beautiful and the difficult, showing not only what he cherishes, but also the aspects of himself he needs to confront. Her presence awakens parts of him long dormant, his kindness, his fears, his past hurts, and his desire to grow. Yet he doesn't flee because he senses this connection exists to transform him. Through her, he gains a deeper understanding of himself. Their relationship becomes a journey of self-discovery, guided more by the heart than by logic. In this quiet closeness, his love shifts from possession to respect, care, and honor. He sees her as more than a partner. She becomes a mirror reflecting his best qualities. He recognizes that real love isn't stumbled upon by accident. It is remembered, felt as if it was always meant to be. He remains free, yet the connection feels timeless, familiar yet new, intimate yet boundless. Words often aren't necessary, because understanding flows naturally between two souls who have finally found their place beside each other. Through this silent bond, he experiences love not as a fleeting feeling, but as an enduring connection between spirits that have always known their home. When a man encounters true love, it reshapes him. Love penetrates deeply, transforming how he sees life, understands himself, and interacts with the world. He begins to perceive with new eyes, guided by purpose rather than desire alone. The woman he loves awakens a gentleness, a kindness once hidden, and a strength rooted in clarity and empathy rather than pride. In her presence, he senses something rising within, a realization that love is more than an emotion. It is a process that reshapes him. Love compels him to face himself, the confusion, the hidden worries, the ignored fears. Instead of running, he accepts them. He learns that love's purpose isn't simply comfort, but awakening the deeper parts of his soul. It is a mirror, revealing both his beauty and the areas still unfinished. Every joy and challenge shared becomes a step toward self-awareness. In disagreements, he no longer seeks to win but to understand. When hurt arises, he listens carefully to his feelings instead of shutting down. Love teaches patience, humility, and acceptance. It softens the sharp edges of pride, showing that connection grows not through control but through letting go. He begins to value honesty over pride, empathy over force, and presence over performance. Each moment with her becomes an opportunity to be more authentic, open, and conscious. Love isn't about keeping someone forever, it's about being fully present in every moment. This transformation extends beyond the relationship. His perception of life shifts, ordinary moments gain meaning. Her laughter, sunlight in a quiet room, the comfort of sitting near her. He notices beauty where he once saw routine. Love heightens his sensitivity to life's subtleties, revealing that the true purpose of living lies not in grand achievements, but in being fully present. The world shifts from being about competition to being about connection. He begins to notice how everything is interconnected, realizing that love is not just between two people, it is a force that flows through everything. This insight brings him humility, calm, and gratitude. By loving fully, he also learns how to let go, not by leaving, but by accepting. He understands that love cannot be forced, it must be nurtured with trust. He releases the belief that love must always feel perfect. He sees that its real strength emerges from navigating the messy parts. Relationships become a space where both souls can grow, stumble, heal, and change together. He begins to see love not as something to possess, but as a path to awaken his inner self. Every moment of love, even the challenging ones, teaches him lessons that guide him toward a better version of himself. Through this shift, his love evolves from a simple feeling into a deep commitment. He becomes calmer, wiser, and more grounded. He no longer fears openness, understanding that it leads to truth. His care grows not through dramatic gestures, but through consistent presence and quiet loyalty. He realizes that true love is not just given or received, it is something he becomes through loving her. He becomes more human, kind, and awake. The man who once sought validation from the world now finds meaning in authenticity. Love transforms him, removing illusions and revealing his true self. He discovers that sincere love is a continuous journey toward understanding, balance, and inner peace. He grasps the responsibility that comes with real love. It becomes more than a fleeting spark, it is a conscious choice to protect, support, and uplift the woman he loves without trying to control her. He feels a deep sense of duty, motivated by respect for the bond they share. This commitment brings purpose to his actions. His words are honest, his presence comforting, and his loyalty steady. Loving sincerely means he no longer lives carelessly. Every choice considers her peace, growth, and feelings. He understands that real love is not about the excitement of the beginning, but about enduring strength over time. It is the calm decision to stay, to show up, and to remain steady in a world that constantly changes. Love reshapes his idea of commitment. It is no longer about possession or routine, but a heartfelt promise. He recognizes that love requires patience, effort, and understanding. He learns to be present not only in happiness but also in discomfort, not only in passion but also in silence. He does not walk away when challenges arise because his love is grounded in purpose, not convenience. He is loyal not out of fear of loss, but out of respect for the truth of their connection. This care strengthens him emotionally, making him someone she can rely on. His actions reflect his feelings, and his consistency speaks louder than words. His love fosters healing, brings calm, and offers clarity. He also learns balance, the ability to give without losing himself. He does not erase his identity for love, nor does he expect her to. He understands that love must grow alongside both of them as individuals. He supports her dreams as he pursues his own, creating an environment where both can thrive. His love becomes a space for growth, not dependence. Strength in love, he realizes, is not about control but stability, the ability to stay kind when tempted to anger, to listen when pride wants to argue, and to remain gentle when the world feels harsh. Love evolves from a desire to a purpose. It reshapes his understanding of manhood. He no longer measures worth through dominance or possessions. Instead, he finds meaning in loving deeply, protecting genuinely, and acting with honesty. His emotional growth reflects his inner improvement. Love teaches him the balance between strength and softness, thought and feeling, action and stillness. He becomes not just a lover, but a partner, a supporter, and a safe emotional presence. A man experiencing true love does not simply say, "I love you." He shows it through patience, presence, and steadiness, even when life is uncertain. His love does not fade over time because it is rooted in the soul, not fantasy. He walks beside her, not to lead or follow, but as an equal through every stage of life. His care becomes timeless, a calm promise to choose her repeatedly, not out of obligation, but because it feels profoundly right. Deep, truthful love transforms him. His life gains peace, stability, and meaning. Love does not burn quickly and vanish. It builds him gradually, improving him over time. Through it, He learns that love is not a reward or a fleeting sensation. It is a mirror reflecting his true self. Loving genuinely requires growth, honesty, and humility. Love teaches patience, truth, and balance. It humbles him, strengthens his spirit, and reveals that real strength lies in remaining open, even when closing off would be easier. In this depth of feeling, he finds inner peace. He stops seeking approval for control, and instead values understanding and growth. The woman he loves becomes both a guide and a mirror, teaching him to love not by possession but by presence. Through her, he learns kindness, calmness, and that the strongest love is the one that frees rather than confines. He realizes that true love does not demand perfection. It invites two imperfect people to grow together, side by side, learning, forgiving, and becoming. Real love awakens him. It turns silence into meaning, fear into understanding, and passion into purpose. It keeps him humble while encouraging him to surpass his limits. Love, he learns, is not a refuge from the world, it is the best way to meet it. In the end, love is not about finding someone to complete him. It is about discovering the depth of himself,